Hello. Welcoming you back to my garden on this gorgeous day. Look how blue the sky is. It's just simply stunning. So, interesting fact. I wanted to give you an update on the garden. But what was kind of frustrating, but because this channel is all about creating your happy, I figured it was a lesson in resilience and figuring out solutions. And what am I talking about? Well, the last time you were in my garden, I was able to show you how excited I was. My broccoli, my cauliflower, my kale, my Brussels sprouts, they were all doing so well. Actually, here's a little snippet. If you can see, only 3 days ago, they were looking great. And then yesterday was Mother's Day, which I was over the moon with love with my family. And one of the things we do is we go to Briggs Nursery, and I'll show you Briggs Nursery in a little bit. But we went and bought all these great things, and I was all ready to plant in my other beds, my tomatoes and some other goodies, when I came in and I saw this. Yeah. So all of it gone. I think it's a rabbit. My son thinks he may have seen a groundhog. Haven't seen one in our yard before, but anything's possible. We live right next to a forest and a pond, so critters come here all the time. The point is, yesterday, what I thought I was going to be planting all my tomatoes, instead, I went back to the nursery that I originally bought all of those spring vegetables from, and luckily they still had it. So I purchased, and let me show you what I did now. So here we go. This is, I guess, what we're gonna call take two. Now the herbs over here, they were safe. Whatever it was that ate everything, those were still left. But everything here, and I know it's a little shady, but these are all brand new babies. So I don't know, due to the time of year, we're almost middle of May. I don't know if this is too late to plant. We'll find out. But as I step back, we're going to see I am protecting it now. In the past, I was really good at doing seedlings starters in February and March. And this year, work got too crazy. And so I ended up buying everything already grown as a seedling or as a mini plant. So I didn't put this out like I normally do, because in the past, I would plant my kale end of March, early April, and I would put this up. And there's a winter cover that goes over that's white, so it retains some heat. I didn't do it this year. I just planted everything I got middle of April, and it was doing great until the critters came in. Darn critters. So, lesson learned, resilience found. I found my happy again, because at least they had this stuff all over again at the nursery. All I know is I'm going to do my darndest to protect them. So when the cauliflower and the Brussels sprouts and the broccoli are ready, not only are they going to hopefully be the most delicious I've ever had, but I'm going to protect them, because they're probably going to be the most expensive broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts I've ever eaten. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this little challenge overcome experience before we turn around and talk about what I'm going to be planting today. But first, I want to take you to Briggs Nursery so I can show you where we went to get all of the goodies to plant. Briggs Nursery is located in North Attelboro, Massachusetts. It's been around for a long time. I believe it's family owned, and I have the best time here. It's like Disneyland for the gardener's soul. Briggs is huge. The inside is filled with outstanding gift assortments, inspiration ideas, pottery, indoor plants, and the outside is just an abundance of not only plants for you to decorate your yard, but for today, due to the spring in the air, it is filled with herbs, vegetables, and fruits abounding. I'm in absolute heaven. Come on now. How can you not be in love here? Smells delicious. So here are the goodies that we got at Briggs. And Briggs, as you saw in the pictures earlier, such a fun place. So here we got some really healthy plants. We have some pumpkins, some cucumbers, different varieties of tomatoes, lots of different peppers because I like my hot stuff. And then more herbs. We have some chives that hopefully we can make as perennials. We do have some parsley, some basil, different types. So that is what we're going to do today in my project. So tomato plants are really cool. They are pretty hardy wherever you plant them. The thing that I'm going to demonstrate right now though, is because I bought this plant like this does not mean that I have to plant it like this. You're actually going to see me take all of these bottom branches off and then actually plant them in the ground. And why that's important, this whole area is going to establish more roots. It's actually going to make this plant stronger. There's a bee in my hair. The bee thinks I'm a plant. Anyway, pardon the weird angle, but I wanted to explain before I go into a time lapse why you see me take so much of the green off of this very healthy looking plant. So notice as I planted some of the herbs like the basil and the parsley and the chives, even though I had a pot, I actually split them in two. A tip that is not my tip, it's a tip I've stolen from other people that I've learned over the years, is when you go to the nursery to buy your fruits and vegetables or your herbs, look for more than one plant growing in the pot. So then you're almost getting a 2-for-1. You save so much money that way. So I found that for all the basil I planted just now, the parsley, with the exception of one of them I just kept as a large. I think it was the curly, sorry, no, it was the Italian leaf parsley I left as one. But the curly parsley, there were plenty of little plants in there. So I split that into two. Both pots of chives I split into two. And chives, if you're lucky, they like to come back year after year. So it's almost a perennial herb. So I purposely put them in 4 corners of the bed. So every year, hopefully they'll come back. They actually have some very beautiful purple flowers that come out of the plant. Allumiums, is that how you pronounce it? Me and pronunciation, as if you haven't learned already, not my forte. But I do know what I'm talking about when I say it. They're beautiful. They're edible, and I've had a lot of luck with them over the years. So that's why I'm planting them in this bed. All of these plants, the tomatoes, the basil, the chives, the parsley, are all what they call companion plants. So they all get along. They tend not to have conflicting diseases or attract bugs that will kill the other. So I purposely considered putting all of these together in this bed so they have a healthy summer ahead of them. All right, so let's try to do the other bed as well. Fingers crossed this will go well. Well, we got the beds planted, but I got so involved in it yesterday, I completely forgot to film how it all turned out. So it's the morning the next day, and we're walking over to the garden right now, and I will show you the final results. So we did plant 2 beds. I had one more of those greenhouses to protect, just in case those critters come back. But on the other side, I don't. But the good news, it looks like no one's come in to eat any of the peppers, etc. I also, you'll notice, have some covers. I'll take them off right now on the basil because it gets still pretty cold here at night. So this allows the leaves not to get affected by the cool evenings, and then I take them off in the morning like this so that it allows the sun to still help the basil leaves. Today is supposed to be almost 80 degrees, so if I left these on, they would fry. So anywho, basil, tomatoes, these are going to be the indeterminate, so having them be able to climb up this will be great, and we'll tether them to it as they get taller, as they grow. All the peppers I have on peppers on both sides of the tomatoes. Again, great companion plants. And then as you saw, some basil. So let me turn around and we'll go into the other. Oh, actually, before I do that, I also decided I had a couple extra. I split some chives here, dill, another tomato plant. And then down here, I have 2 Roma tomatoes planted already with some onions. And these onions are also companion plants to tomatoes. Oops, I'm so sorry about that. And then the one thing I forgot to show the other day, this is pineapple mint. And oh, I love in the morning to come in, rub my fingers on the herbs and then just put it, then smell it. It just makes my morning so happy. I don't know if you all do that, but I do that with my mint. I do that with my oregano. I do these silly little things first thing in the morning, especially as the plants get bigger. Every single morning I'll come out and I'll rub my fingers on the thyme, like the lemon thyme is one of my favorites. But mint, thyme, oregano, sage, tomato plants, I get those on my fingers, smell, and it's like aromatherapy first thing in the morning to set you in the happiest mood. Love it! All right, so now my morning routine, as you can see, is to open up all of the greenhouses. So now the airflow will be going through this all day as long as there are no critters that are going to come in and bother my food. But my routine now is I'll come out here first thing in the morning, open the greenhouses, take off the cloches, which are those covers on the basil, and I'll walk around and do little minor weeding. But let me show you some really cool things that are progressing. Some lettuce, some peony that are poking out, that I put some tubers down. Same thing with some Delilahs. So yeah, let's go around and take a peek at some of the exciting growth progress. Really makes me happy. This is the kind of stuff, this is why I start my day in here every day, to really give me a nice mindset of positivity, growth, opportunity. So here, let's take a peek. So the last time we were together, these were just starting to come up, like just tiny itty bitties. Look how big they're getting. Some of them are already a foot tall. And that's been about 2 weeks since I last reported on these. So these are spring onions. Down here, you can see that the sweet peas are coming up. Some of them stronger than others, and that's okay, that's normal. But these are starting to grow. I actually put some extra seeds down here. Some new ones are coming up. You can see right there. Here's another one right there. So they'll catch up. But the other ones, those have been in the ground now for about 3 weeks. And they're coming through strong. So I'm really excited about these guys. Over here, these are the cucumbers. So if I step back, those traditionally do really well on this fence. So as they grow, I'll train them to go up, 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 up. And then as the fruit starts to bear, I'll just they'll be just cascading off of the side. So when that starts to happen, I'll show you, and super excited about the cucumbers. Over here, look, more asparagus. Like I have to harvest some more. Every morning I harvest some. And we'll make some asparagus soup together today as the final task to share, but really excited. Because of the varmints who ate all these, you can see these guys are doing okay for now. They look happy. Broccoli seems to be growing happily. I also added some cabbage over here. So we'll see how the cabbage does. They're very, very tiny. Compare it to my hand, they're tiny. But they have the potential of getting pretty big. Over here, now look at this guy. This is a Delilah. I planted this 2 weeks ago, and I guess it's just in a really happy spot. It was a tuber from a bag, and this is the growth just in that very short time frame. A random dill that showed up. Now look, the rabbit ate these guys too. They came up here, the rabbit or the groundhog, but it didn't touch the lettuce, thank goodness. So look at all the lettuce that's coming up. Woohoo, go lettuce, go lettuce. And over here, more of the peas coming up. So they're doing pretty well. These guys are going to start producing soon. Excited. Here are some more new Delilahs that are poking up. So you can see, isn't that interesting? These Delilahs were planted at the same time as the one over there. That one is just going super happy, crazy fast. This one's just taking a little slower. These are all of the snapdragons that are doing great. Over here are the clematis that are starting to establish, and you got some flowers that are thinking about poking out pretty soon, which is exciting. Oh, look at that one right there. So pretty. And then down here, I see more Delilahs popping up. There was one planted over here. Don't see them yet. So hopefully we'll get all three. But actually, I think I did four. I think I see a fourth one coming up right there. Pretty cool. The lavender's starting to come in already on these two. So pretty. What do you do with your lavender? I love lavender. I could smell lavender all day long. Here, I planted 3 tubers of new peony, and I see one starting to be happy coming up. The other 2, I don't see yet. So I hope they do come through, fingers crossed. But at least here, we have one that's gonna start coming in, and we'll see if it can last for a long, long time. So let me take you, oh, I need to show you one more thing, the pumpkins. Let's go to the pumpkins. So down here is where I like to put my pumpkin vines because they will take over this entire side of my garden. So even though there's only 4 little vines, and actually these were only 2 plants, so I split these as well. These, if they take, and I hope they do, they will grow all the way around. Sometimes the vine crosses over and this whole thing becomes a pumpkin jungle. All right, now let's go look at the peony and see how they're doing on the outside of the garden. So there are 4 out here. There's 1 there and 3 there. So let me show you. Look at the buds that are starting to appear on here. These are gonna be gorgeous, just gorgeous. We have some buds showing up over here for the daisies, the lilies. But look at this. Look, you can sort of see a color, the beginning of the color. This is, I think, the Karl Lagerfeld. It's gonna be awesome. Look at all the buds. There's so many. Here's the other one. This is the yellow. This one is gonna be so stunning. This is a huge peony. It's so happy. And look at all these. Look, 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 look. So exciting. I have to be careful. There's a baby bird in that birdhouse. I don't want to make Mama mad, but it's getting a beautiful view. And then over here, all right, this is where, I mean, look, the beginning of the blueberries. Yes. Look at all of these. We're gonna have so many blueberries. I'm so excited. You see the blueberries? It's gonna be awesome. Awesome. I need to take you over to the bearded iris. In the last 2 days, they started to bloom. I've been so jealous because so many of my neighbors who have these, they've been blooming now for over a week. Mine finally decided to wake up. So let's take a peek. So pretty. Here they are. Look at these guys. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, and they smell divine. Oh, if I could do smell-o-vision right now. These smell so amazing, and they're huge. Look at how big they are compared to my hand. They're huge. And look, all the buds that are gonna be coming in. So yeah, this is a bearded iris. Very minimal maintenance on my part. I just make sure that at the end of the winter, the roots aren't exposed. Make sure they have enough mulch or dirt on top. But oh, you guys, look how beautiful. So pretty. And then just let me give you a vantage point from this direction. So You can sort of see the bearded iris way over there, but this is my favorite. You're surrounded by this beautiful Japanese maple. The fountains should be turned on hopefully next week. And when those roses start to bloom, oh, this place is so serene and calm. I cannot wait to share all this. And when the blossoms show up on these trees, oh, one of my favorites. I just wanted you to enjoy this little vantage point. So pretty. And look over here. You can see this is where the hydrangeas that I fertilized with all of you are. Look at this lilac tree. Let's go take a smell. The pool's not open yet, so forgive the pool cover, but come on. Look at these blossoms. Holy cannolis. So there's the garden behind it that we've been in. Those are the hydrangeas. And then those are the lilacs. Oh, and then down here, look. We have some new flowers showing up too. Oh, I love spring. So much promise. And if you turn around here, just all the green. It's so beautiful. I just love this area. Look at this. Look at all the green, the hostas. Ah, so pretty. And thyme on the ground looks happy. It's coming back. Look at all that. Over here, you guys, look. You see the beautiful purple flowers on the pathway over here? Ah, this little section's so magical to me. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Cream of asparagus soup is a wonderful lunch soup. It also can be a nice starter soup to a high tea, since we've been talking a lot about afternoon and high tea. Asparagus soup is filling, delicious. And for those who may not like asparagus by itself, some people don't like the aftertaste. It's almost like a gassy taste. That's the best way I can describe it. When you add all these flavors together, it is just a very elegant spring palette. So hope you love cream of asparagus soup as a new addition to your menu. One of the benefits of growing things in your garden is you get to cook with them. We're gonna take the asparagus I've been harvesting. I did add a little bit more. I did need to get some more asparagus from the grocery store. Not too much, but I really wanted to get as close to 2 quarts of chopped asparagus for this recipe. We also have the 2 potatoes that are skinned and diced, large potatoes, and 1 large onion. So I saved some time. I've already done the chopping. Let me then take you over to the stove, where then we're going to put all of our ingredients together. So in addition to asparagus, potatoes, and onions, we're also going to need either chicken or beef stock. I personally like the flavor of beef stock, but some people might like a milder flavor, so a chicken or vegetable stock would be just fine for this as well. You could also use either creme fraiche, heavy whipping cream, or simply sour cream, but I have in the fridge heavy whipping cream, so that's what we're going to use. We're also going to do a full stick of butter, and then we're going to add some cayenne pepper and salt and regular black pepper to taste. So let's take the next few minutes to put these ingredients together to make a delicious cream of asparagus soup. to enjoy the asparagus soup for lunch. So delicious. I did put a little extra hot sauce in it since I am a sauceaholic. So good. Well, as I leave you this afternoon and enjoy my lunch, and my dog wants to enjoy lunch too. Hello, Kai. We did a lot today. We did a lot yesterday and today. We planted in the garden. I gave you a garden tour, and we made some asparagus soup. I appreciate you being here. My belly's not only happy because of the soup, but oh my gosh, all of the growth outside. And yes, the vermin's not back. I still have my broccoli and cabbage and Brussels sprouts and all those other plants that were eaten on Mother's Day. So I'm just so grateful that they're still there. Thank you for joining me. I can't wait to show you more progress as we continue along through the season in the garden. I look forward to actually my next post should be around my visit to Copley Square, specifically the Boston Public Library, where my husband and I had an amazing time going to the tea bar and enjoyed afternoon tea at the Courtyard restaurant. So that'll be the next post we'll do later this weekend. Until then, everybody, thank you, cheers, and go and make yourself some asparagus soup. Talk to you later.